In this video, I wanted to talk a little about camera angles while you're filming your painting. So this is something that I've struggled with quite a lot and had to do a lot of experimenting with to try to get into a position that actually works for me. So basically what I have is I've got one of those travel easels that's decent size but can fold up. So I've got that, I paint on it all the time, and it's kind of opposite of a desk. And I've purchased kind of a bendable, flexible camera arm by a company called, I think it's Lamicall or something. I got it on Amazon. And it's got a little smartphone holder, and I just secured it to the desk and just to the side of the desk, opposite the easel. And I put my phone to record just like a basic iPhone, and I clip that to the camera arm, plug it in, that way it doesn't die since paintings take a while. And then I just kind of angle that camera arm over my left shoulder. So I slightly tilt, as you can see from the camera angle, I slightly tilt the easel a little bit away from the camera at an angle. And I do this because I found that a lot of times when I was trying to do it straight on, get the camera straight on, I would end up getting my head really significantly in the way of the camera, or I would end up bumping the camera or the camera arm, and it would make for like shaky video even if I slightly bumped it, and I had to edit all that out, and it ended up being a lot of work for me. So I found that this slight, like over the left shoulder, slight angle to the easel situation works really well for me. It took probably 100 paintings to finally experiment to get what I really liked in terms of like setup, but this is working pretty well. So overall, I don't see much impact in terms of does the off-center camera angle kind of have any negative effects to the video and what you're seeing and kind of what the figure looks like. Usually it's fine. You know, you can obviously see from the non-horizontal angles of the paper, like this is a square painting surface. So obviously it distorts it a little bit. So, you know, what you're seeing is not completely true to life in terms of dimensions. But since I find that shooting in 4K video, really, like that video seems to be the best representation of the actual color and kind of what the visual image looks like. I find it to be a lot better than the representation by photograph. For some reason, video looks better. It looks realer, more real. But you know, this slightly distorted angle sometimes does come into play, and the painting that I have on screen is actually a fantastic example. That's kind of what prompted me to talk about this. Because of this camera angle, the subject's head and torso and most of her body are on the right side as you're facing it, which is farthest away from the camera. It's tilted back. The size of it looks smaller than it actually is. And then when you look at the left side, you've got the subject's hand draped over her knee, and then you've also got her knee and her leg. So this is actually, when you look at it straight on, it does seem significantly distorted compared to real life. It makes the hand seem very large, much larger than it actually does at a straight on view. So the hand and then the size of the face, those sizes are definitely distorted by this tilted angle. I would say it's not like a severe distortion, but it is enough to where I noticed it when I was looking at this video. I noticed how big the difference is. So just an interesting impact, and it can happen sometimes with, like, especially portraits that are not very symmetrical. Like, there are differences on the left and right side here, and that kind of shows up in the end result. So there is an impact sometimes to the video, but at least tilting it like this and setting it up this way does give you a good opportunity to record videos without smacking the camera and without your head getting in the way too much. So just kind of my 2 cents on that topic on recording. I'd love to hear about other people's setups if they have any tips or anything that has worked for them. I think this is probably something that is difficult for a lot of artists, especially if they're trying to record their work. Like, how do I do it? So thank you for watching this. I appreciate it. I hope to see you for the next one.